Bacca60 Build.
What is up, everyone? How you doing? Welcome to Mechs on Deck. My hair is a little bit crazy. Oh. How is everyone doing tonight? What is up, Prodigy? What is up, Frisco Melt? How is your night going? Today we are building a Bacca60. We do have something a little bit different. We are actually going to have... I'm going to be on a call with Quakeums from Top Clack. So it'll be just like the stream Chewy did a couple weeks ago when he built his bower, or his wife's bower. So we're just gonna be hanging out, talking, having a good time. So you'll be hearing him throughout the stream. We're gonna be talking. It's not necessarily a race. I don't think I would win that race. I am a slow builder. But I'm excited to get this build going and get started. So I'm gonna undeafen myself so you can start to hear Mr. Quakeums himself. Dutch Master, I'm using Lilac switches. They're Duroc tactile. They're lubed and filmed.
So basically what you can do is you can kind of choose who you watch. You can swap back and forth, and
something like that. But you still, whoever you're watching, you still get like the full quality and full screen of what we're doing, which I think is a lot better. Squad stream could work, but again, I think you do have to be Twitch partner for squad stream, so it doesn't really work quite as much. And also, the viewership only counts for the person that you're watching primarily, not the other ones too.
What are you talking about? Squad streaming?
Yeah, you have to be Twitch partner for it, right?
Yeah, you got to be partner.
Okay. Yeah, so sadly we can't do that, but I think that this is probably the next best setup. That way, the people that only want to watch, Osiris can do that. The people that only want to watch me can do that, or you can set up like a multi-twitch.tv and use both streams. You can watch both at the same time and just have one of them muted. There are options, so just kind of leave it up to you guys for however you want to choose to do it. But yeah, Osiris and I will just be kind of chilling and chatting along with each other as we build.
Chilling and chatting. There we go. I like that.
Yeah, that's the new. It's a new Twitch category. Just put it up today.
Cozy Fanny Tootie, thank you for the 6 months sub, and then of course Chewy did resub for 8 months over here on Max on Deck.
Isn't that counterintuitive?
Hey, it works, right?
Hey man, whatever you got to do.
So what are you building today?
I'm going to be building an IDB60. I believe this is actually a B stock unit, but I haven't really looked around on it too much. The PCB did have a slight issue, as with a lot of the IDB60 PCBs. I'm trying to show this off on my stream a little bit, but the way the PCB mounts kind of unique. So there's no plate in this particular design, so the PCB just kind of has these standoffs that the screws fit in here, and there's some O-rings that were also accompanying this. So I assume I put an O-ring above and below. So it's kind of like a pseudo gasket mount with no plate. And the idea is to have a little bit softer of a bottom mount and a more flexible typing feel. So that's kind of the goal here. But I did have to Dremel. My first time Dremeling, actually, just a couple hours ago. I Dremeled kind of the outside edges of every single one of these mounting points because otherwise they weren't fit in here. A lot of people had to hand file those, but I'm too lazy, so I just opted for a cheap $25 Dremel. Yeah. So I did that, and now it seems to fit pretty well. It's not too loose or anything, or not too tight, so should be pretty good. I have no idea what switches I'm using. I was going to let chat decide that.
There you go. Yeah, like I said before, I'm building my Bacca60. I'm really excited to finally use this Zeal 60 Rev 4 PCB. Fortunately, it's not something you can buy anymore. It's like a late 2018 model.
It's a good PCB, though.
But I always forget that you have to do like all the little soldering points to get your layout correct.
Oh, for the stabilizer LEDs? Yeah.
Yeah, for everything, for like the right shift, the enter, backspace, 7U. Like it's not it's not anything crazy, but it's one of those things. If you forget about that and you go to build your board, you're going to be like frustrated because you're not going to know what's going on.
Yeah, for sure.
But Rob27 Shred, thank you for this tier 1 sub, appreciate it. Yeah, this is my Bacca. There's a little bit of orange piece of tape there, but let's get into why that's there in a second. Kinnick asks, what makes Zeal PCB special? Well, it's not necessarily these are Zeal. These are some of the first, at least first ones that I saw of the Wilbitech PCBs. Am I correct in my assumption there?
Wilbitech. Well, I mean, I think he was designing PCBs before all the Zeal stuff. But I believe he did all the PCB work for that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wilbus had his hands in a lot of PCB work in this hobby because he's just been doing it for so long.
Yeah, these are like awesome. He did older Plank PCBs before.
It feels weird not using a Wilbur PCB. Because like I'm so used to like almost every build that I have just like uses a Wilbur PCB.
Well, and there's so many things there's so many like little things that he does about it, just like putting, where everything goes and labeling it. It's like it just makes it that much easier, Like your bottom row, like the biggest thing I found when I'm building, especially if I'm building on stream, because I'm not necessarily paying attention as much as I would if I was doing it off stream. The bottom rows can get you. Bottom rows can always get you. So it's nice to have that little 1U or 1.25 or 1.5 options there.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so I didn't actually lube my stabilizers previous to this build, which I usually do, so you guys have to watch me lube a few stabilizers, unfortunately.
What stabilizers are you using today?
I don't know, let's let chat decide.
I'm not letting chat decide.
Do I go with, I have some, I think these are Zeal V2? I'm assuming I can go with Zeal. I have lots of good GMK, so before the retool that made everyone upset. I have lots of those. I also have some of these, pretty sure these are Durox stabilizers.
Yeah, the purple ones.
Yeah.
That's what I'm using today.
And I kind of want to use these and try these out, but at the same time, I feel like if I use a colored stabilizer on my otherwise all silver IDB60 with a black PCB, that my switches and or my caps are gonna be very mismatched.
Yeah, I'm using purple stabilizers with purple switches in a green board, which I should show off the board to the stream. I have my Cerakoted Bacca.
I actually need to bring up your stream so I can see what you're doing as well. Otherwise, I have no idea.
Chat, if you haven't seen this, this is my Cerakoted OD Green Bacca. Number 9.
Oh man, that color is so good.
It's one of those things too. It like reflects light in a really cool way. Because it like will look super dark in certain angles, but then it really shows the green in other angles. So
yeah, that's good stuff. All right, well I'm gonna get set up for some stabilizer lubing rather. I'm gonna kind of use my half-ass method where I kind of just lube where the wire goes. This is just my build. I can always rebuild it and retune stabilizers because hey, it's a plateless build anyways. You could add the stabilizers after the switches if you wanted.
That's like a weird feeling, right? Like be able to just be like, oh, I want to change my stabilizers out.
Yeah, I mean, like we're still
you're stuck.
I don't even know like what layout I want to. I haven't thought about this build like at all. I have no idea what switches I'm using, what stabilizers I'm using, what layout I want. Hopefully chat can help me decide this on stream. I think I'm gonna go with the GMK, the older GMK cherry stabilizers here.
An oldie
just for the yeah, just because I know it's gonna be good. I know I can tune it well enough, and I mean it's black, so it goes with pretty much everything else. Black PCB, silver board. This is gonna be a fairly neutral build, I think.
I see you've got 8008 up there. How you liking 8008 so far?
I like it quite a bit, actually. I mean, I think that it would have been nicer if it turned out more like the renders, but at the same time, I don't know if it ever could have turned out more like the renders.
Yeah.
But with that said, I think the end product is still really good, and I still like it a lot. As you can see, I'm still happily using it, so no real complaints from me.
Unfortunately, Might Bear, there is not any Geekhack threads for the Bacca60. It was a kind of like a little private small run. But it may be coming out at some point soon. Who knows? That's still for Chewy to decide.
Do I want to build this board in ISO?
You should build that board in ISO. Do it for Jay. Do it for Jay.
I only need 3 stabilizers if I do ISO, right? Enter space, and I can do a 2U backspace. Split both shifts. Everyone in chat is saying no. All right, I'm sorry. Okay, I won't bring it up again. I won't build it in ISO. I'm sorry, guys. It's like sacrilege over here. All right, well, I think I'm gonna go for the standard backspace because aesthetically that is my preference.
Really? You're crazy.
And I respect both, and as you can see, I build both because this it uses split back. And I functionally do prefer it, but I think normal backspace just looks a little bit more elegant. it's a little bit more classic cherry to me.
A little bit more refined.
I don't know if it's more refined, but it's like an homage. The only reason I ever use normal backspace anymore is just like as an homage to like the more classic cherry layout. I like the way it looks on 60%.
I mean, I feel like split backspace is one of the things that when someone walks up to a board, they can accept the size of like a 60%, but then as soon as you start shifting around keys, people are like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. Someone earlier was asking what board this 8008 set is on. This is the Mechanisk Type X prototype.
Oof.
So it's a 4-post tray mount with silicone covers on it. And then I have the WT60D PCB in there, no plate. So this is actually a plateless build too.
Dude,
I really, yeah, it's fairly flexible. Something on my A key.
Might bear. This is the Bacca60 is a sandwich mount board.
I thought it was top mount. Is it sandwich?
It is sandwich.
It feels like a sandwich mount board when I type on it, but like someone told me it was top mount. I just haven't taken mine apart yet.
No, it's sandwich. It's the way that it's done. It's not. It looks like if you were to take the pieces apart and look at it, it would look more like a top mount because the plate mount is a little bit more recessed into the actual top, like as if it was to be a top mount. But it is sandwich. So it was an interesting design choice.
Gotcha.
Whereas I honestly have no idea what happened with the non-US IBD60 orders. Sure,
they went out,
delivered.
right? Jay proxied the EU ones, at least as far as I'm aware.
Oh, that's right. I remember him talking about how he had like them deliver it to like his front lawn.
It was a really weird situation. As far as I'm aware, it all got taken care of. A Visionaire wants me to do a little sound test to this. I guess I could. You guys heard it on the last stream, but I'll give you a quick sound test of the Type X. Guess I should mute my music while I do this. It doesn't sound amazing, but it actually does sound pretty good, and it feels pretty good as well.
It's meant to be a board that's pretty reasonable, pretty inexpensive, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like the same, like roughly the same tier that you'd find the Clippa in, which is like higher end towards tray mounts, but still kind of like the budget range compared to a lot of other customs.
Reasonable.
Yeah. Similar shape as the unicorn. Yeah, it does kind of have a unicorn-esque design as well. There's no like weight system or anything. It's still pretty hefty. I think I weighed it in at a little under 3 pounds in the last stream, so it's heavy enough.
So what switches have you thought about that at all?
We'll let chat decide when I get there. Let me do the stabilizers first.
Oh.
My build streams are like organized chaos.
It's okay. My switches for this board has changed like 3 times.
Do you have to loop stabilizers as well?
I am currently looping stabilizers.
And you're kind of slow, right? If I recall, on the build process.
I do take my time. I do, in fact, take my time.
Same. Okay. Because I mean, I know when I built with Chewy, he was a little faster than I was expecting, right? And I kept saying that if I finished my build first, it was a race and I won. And if he finished his build first, then it wasn't. So
yeah. I like to
go ahead and clip some stabilizers here.
I like to enjoy the process, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's chill.
listen to some chill
Like
music.
all my other streams are like so prepared and so hectic that like I need the build streams just to like chill out and be like I'm always myself, but you get like the more chill version of me, the more accurate version of me on build streams.
For sure. I enjoy them. Like I feel like if you try to go too fast, at least for me personally, if I try to go too fast, it stresses me out. I'm like, I don't have anything to really worry about. Like, let me just do it at my own pace, enjoy myself, interact with my chat, and get it done. And then, it's not a race. It's just trying to get a board that sounds good, feels good, looks good.
If I win it, it's a race.
If you win, it's a race.
If I win, it's a race. Yeah.
All right. Cartoon 91, this orange thing, that's actually a piece of electrical tape. So one of the things with the there was a few issues with the Bacca from the manufacturer, because it was really more of an opportunity for Chewy to get a board that he really wanted, and have some people who also wanted the same thing. And it did have a couple things, like there's some spacing issues here with the wind keyless blocker, which isn't really that big of a deal. And then there's a little bit of rattle, so you just have to put something under the wind keyless blockers to prevent that rattle. And I use electrical tape, and I cut this one a little bit too long.
Fair enough. Shout out to J Chef with the 250 dual build bits. Ooh. And that amount leaves me guessing that he probably did the exact same thing in your channel as well.
He did. J Chef.
He so regularly donates 500 bits that when I saw the 250, I knew it had to be split between us, which is amazing.
Awesome.
Heck yeah. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. How was your Tuesday, Mr. Quakums? What did you do today?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I haven't really done a whole lot. Like, I got up and I took a shower and I kind of just chilled and hung out, and then I popped open my Dremel and gave this PCB a little once over, and it came out fairly well. And then I hopped on for a couple matches of competitive Overwatch while I was waiting on this build stream.
Oh man, I didn't know y'all were playing competitive. Wow.
Yeah, it was Josh and I, and he had a few more placements to do, so I was just like, I'll do them with you.
How did that go?
But okay, we played 3 games. We went 2-1.
There you go. That's pretty good. It's above 50.
I mean, yeah, it's above 50, so you can't really complain.
The today I literally woke up at like 2:00. At least 2:00 my time, which is noon your time.
Yeah.
Because we stayed up way too late last night. I don't know how much later you stayed up, but we were up very late.
Yeah, we were up for a while. I think me, Josh, and Grundy were in a voice chat until it was definitely past 6 a.m. Pacific.
Good lord.
It was like, I think it was like somewhere around 6:15, which is bad decisions, but it's like quarantine decisions at the same time, right? Like everyone's schedule is kind of just like silly right now.
Yeah, I mean, like noon is like 8 a.m.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's normal. All right.
Yeah, you just gotta go with it.
Someone in my chat asked, how do y'all feel about the new way they're doing the Overwatch League bans?
Do you mean just like hero pools in general?
Well, like how they're doing it, because they shifted from like the picking of how they were doing it the first couple weeks to now they are doing the like based off of high tier play and Overwatch League, and it's unified. Personally, I like the fact that it's unified, but I think they should weigh more on the Overwatch League side, not as much on the competitive side.
Yeah, I agree. Kosi Fan and 2D asking, how do I feel about Echo? I think she's she's fun. I don't know. She wasn't the hero I was looking for, so I'm a little bummed. But I think she's a fun hero, and she can definitely be really good. But she's not overpowered, but she's strong.
I think there's a lot of people that are like, oh, she's overpowered. She can do so much when she ults, and it's like, yeah, but think about how many other characters can do so much when they ult.
Yeah. I mean, the ults can get a little crazy, but I think it's just that you have to be like a good player as well. I don't know. It's situational. I think given the right situation, anyone's ult can feel overpowered. So I don't know. I think it's too early for me to say one way or the other. But so far, she seems totally fine. I'm really interested in seeing how she takes to the Overwatch League.
Yeah, that's going to be the big thing, is when she's not banned next week, when she's available next week. I'm ready to
watch. Yeah, I'm ready to watch those games. we should get together and just like have a watch party.
Dude, I'm down. There's a big matchup this week for. A lot of people know I'm from Dallas. I'm a fan of the Dallas Fuel.
Yeah, I saw the Dallas. What was the most recent one? Was it Dallas?
Dallas Shock, which they unfortunately lost. But this week they are playing the Houston Outlaws, so the battle for Texas is happening.
Interesting. Yeah, Houston looking not that great right now either, if I recall.
Yeah, a little bit of both. Hoping that
Jaxay can't carry hard enough.
Dude, right? I'm hoping that Dallas can come in, that Decay can carry us once more, even though they took his Tracer away.
Well, I mean, even in the game against the Shock, they honestly looked pretty solid still. So, I don't know. A lot of people still think that the Shock are like, a high tier team right now.
Yeah, I mean, the casters during the game were like, this is one of the best games we've had all year.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Lucio POV. Yeah, we probably shouldn't be talking about Overwatch the entire time, but darn it, we like Overwatch. And plus, we're looting stabilizers right now, which is just about the most boring thing you can do and watch on stream.
All about the Lucio POV.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I miss about it being on Twitch. Sorry, we're talking about Overwatch for a second. But I miss being able to watch the player POVs. Like if you had the pass or whatever.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really see the reason why YouTube couldn't do something like that. But I don't know. As a streaming platform, I vastly prefer Twitch to YouTube.
I do really like the fact that you can pause the stream and resume the stream exactly where you paused it. That's not a feature that is available on Twitch.
That's true.
So,
pros and cons to each, I suppose.
Stash, I've been loving my Bower. It has not left my desk since I built it 2 weeks ago.
Bower's a pretty ballin' board, so it's understandable.
I'll probably leave my desk though after this.
Swap over to the Bacca.
Bacca.
The chewy Bacca.
The Chewart Little Express.
Chewart Little, that's right.
Courtesy of Langlandia.
Is that who came up with that name?
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Love Lang. He's an amazing dude.
Tweeted Vespine says, I'm doing the multi-twitch thing on a vertical monitor and it's weird AF.
It's weird.
Yeah. Sometimes it'd be like that, you know?
Look at these degens flipping their spacebars. Are you flip spacebar as well?
I'm flip spacebar life, heck yeah.
Dude, flip spacebar till the day I die.
Anyone that doesn't flip spacebar is missing out on a crucial part of of typing. It really is just the better way to do it.
I just don't understand how people like getting stabbed by the edge of their spacebar keycap.
Yeah, so weird. I'm not a big fan of getting stabbed, in keyboards or otherwise, so I try to avoid the standard spacebar placement. You know, some people might like getting stabbed. Who knows? I don't judge.
Professor X. This is the gray standard.
Professor X also in my chat as well. Maybe a lot of people making use of that multi-twitch or just watching both. I respect it.
I think it's a cool thing. I enjoyed this when I watched when you and Chewy did it a couple weeks ago, and then obviously the opportunity came up, and it's awesome. It's fun.
Heck yeah.
Oh man.
Oh yeah?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit tired still. Going to sleep at 7 a.m. probably was not the best idea, but you know what? We're in the quarantine times.
The quarantine times, that's right. Oh golly. Yeah, I slept pretty good last night though. I got off at like 6:15 or something. I went straight to bed. I slept for like 7.5 hours straight. Felt good.
Ooh, 159. Thank you for the 1,000 bits. Appreciate it.
Holy crap. Ditto. Shout out to 159 on the 1,000 bits. Quarantines. Heck yeah, brother.
Quarantines.
We all have to keep each other company during these turbulent times.
Turbulent quarantines.
Yeah, that's what I should have said. I put way too much lube on this wire. Feels bad, man.
It's okay. You alright? What's up, Jack Static? How you doing, my dude? Check out the Rukia. Run until May 3rd.
Depleted Vespine says flip spacebar is for flip spacebars is for those that have bad technique. Perhaps. I certainly don't claim to have good technique.
I mean, or maybe you just have tiny hands.
I have pretty good hands.
Not you. I'm talking about just depleted Vespine. I feel like the bigger your hands are, the harder it is to use.
Maybe that's what it is.
Because it's just like, I feel like my thumb sits so much further down.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I use normal spacebar, every time I hit space, I hit the corner, the edge, and it doesn't feel quite as comfortable as having it conform to your thumb. Ergonomic reason, I suppose. Not that I would argue that, because obviously, as a lot of people know, my typing style is already very not ergonomic. I don't deny it.
Flip spacebar is for big hands. Confirmed by Jack's Static, so it must be the truth.
You know it's right, yeah.
So Langlandia goes, as much as I love depleted Vespin, he uses US ISO.
Oh, that's right.
He isn't one to judge taste.
He's one of like 3 people that use US ISO. Too good, man. Too good. Depleted Vespine also says, my hands are large, heavy, and clumsy, and I have no problem with properly unflipped spacebar. Maybe you're just way cooler than us.
Yeah.
Maybe we're just not cool enough, I think is the issue. Which is something I've struggled with my whole life.
Sometimes it'd be like...
Alright, I'm almost done with my stabilizers, guys.
Ciao.
Are you? Are you done with stabilizers?
I mean, I'm testing them. Well, I'm installing them to then test them.
Alright, well, remember, if you beat me, it's not a race. So you just gotta go by the rules, man.
It's true. It's true.
It's so funny. I know what happened with Chewie is like he definitely completed the build first, but then he had issues, so we had to go back. My build was the first one working.
I think I remember that. He was like, it was like one switch had an issue or something.
I take my time, so I don't have issues. Obviously, I'm perfect. I never make mistakes. Everyone knows this.
I totally forgot that this PCB had stabilizer LEDs as well.
Really?
Yeah. It's got LEDs for your stabs.
Oh yeah, the Zeal 60. That's right.
Yeah.
That's how you dictate which joints that you solder.
Yeah. Space stepped caps, scooped FJ. Other Durdens knows how to do it, except for the stepped caps. I'm not a stepped caps guy. Are you, Brian?
I am a stepped caps guy, but it depends on the board as well. If I'm going for the HHKB kind of like layout or aesthetic, then I opt for the standard control in that spot. So there we go.
I think just about all GMK sets now have scooped F and J. It's like fairly standard.
Yeah, most sets ship with scooped F and J as well as barred F and J.
Which one are you using on 8008? Are you going full? Did you go nipple?
Nipple, dude. You have to go nipple on the 8008. It's like an unwritten rule, right?
I'm telling me I've got nipples on my Bauer right now too. Someone was listening for just like that split second, they'd be like, what the fuck?
If someone listened to any of our conversations, they'd probably feel that.
It's probably true. It's probably. Dude, everyone's hating on Scoop now.
Piat says has to be nipple on 8008. I agree, man. What the heck? Don't worry, chat. We'll beat Mechs on deck for the first time in anything. If I can learn how to screw these stabilizers on, apparently. I just cannot get this lined up right.
It's okay. What'll probably happen is you'll like your stabilizers, and then I'll have issues with mine, and have to like relube, as I just was hoping that they would all drop out. Stay right there.
Just having the right bit helps.
That is useful.
Stepped enter when you want all of the aesthetics with none of the functionality. I don't think I've ever seen stepped enter. Oh wait, no, I have. Like that's kind of like a vintage thing.
Stepped enter. What about BAE?
BAE is pretty hardcore. I've never actually owned a board. Well, I guess I have owned a board with it, but I just harvested for Brown Alps at the time. Wait, am I doing ISO on this? I don't remember. No, right? My chat yelled at me.
I think your chat said no.
Okay, so I'm gonna opt for the split right shift and stabilizers everywhere else apparently.
See, I could ask my chat those questions, but it wouldn't matter because this plate is the only option is whether or not you want stepped caps lock, which I very thoroughly enjoy because personally, like really restrictive plates.
Yeah. Fixed plates tend to feel and sound a bit better, particularly the sound. Sound leaks a lot when you have universal plates. Wait, no split backspace, Brian? Yeah, sorry, I'm going normal backspace on this one. Sorry to disappoint any of you. But I think that's going to look a little bit better here. To me. And it's my board, so... Turns down, I should build it.
Screw you.
How I want it. Yeah, that's right. Lost Assassin 13, thank you so much for that Twitch Prime sub, my guy. True legend. Unsubscribe. Sorry, guys. If you gotta unsubscribe, I totally understand. Split backspace is a culture. To be fair, I think I actually own more boards with split backspace than standard. Consider this me trying to even it up a little bit. Apparently GMK does have the mold for an ISO stepped enter key. Okay, interesting.
Interesting.
Can't wait for people to potentially use that. Even though I doubt nobody will. Oh my gosh, every time I'm going to drop this screw.
Yeah, I don't think that's a highly requested.
No, in fact, I'd go as far as to say nobody has requested it. If I had to guess how many people have guessed, then I would say nobody.
You ask, and then they're like, April Fool's was like 2 weeks ago, right?
My least favorite day of the year in the keyboard hobby.
Because it's always right around a show.
It is too, and then I try to like fill out the news doc with stuff that makes sense, and it's like hard to sort through all the jokes. And when I ask people like if they're jokes after April Fool's, like on the 2nd or the 3rd or the 4th, I'm like, hey, was this just a joke? And they're like, I don't know. ... Like, come on, man. Like, it's not April Fool's anymore. Just tell me. Like I get you want to make a joke about it on April Fool's. Like, that's fine. Do that. But why continue it after that? Like, when I'm actually trying to, like, learn. But yeah, I try to stay away from the keyboard community during that time. All right, here's some potential switch choices. Let me do a quick search for more. I'm not going to use anything unlubed, so I'm just kind of giving you the lubed options here. Okay, well, the only thing I have enough of that is currently lubed are going to be these 4 options, and these are silent, so I'm actually just going to go ahead and say no right off the bat to silence, because I don't want this to be a silent build. So our choices today are going to be, what I'm pretty positive are lubed and spring-swapped Gateron 8. Yeah, these have like a 6-7 gram spring in them. But I also have some Greetech blacks with apparently 56 gram novel keys springs, lubed with 205 grade 0.
Greetech?
Greetech blacks, my guy.
Scratch down the USA.
They're nothing special. I'll say that right now. I mean, it's like a retooled black, but not quite as good, basically. Similar to the TTC blacks, which I'm also kind of meh about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I actually I don't know. I kind of want to use. We'll let chat. So I'm gonna put up a straw poll, but these are gonna be your 3 options. Straw poll.
Stab.
Ink. Create poll. You guys are gonna have to help me out on this. All right, guys. So fill out that straw poll there. Let me know what switches I should be using here. These are going to be your 3 options. Again, we are not using a plate. This is a plateless build. It's weird. I've like never really done plateless builds before. Then
You
like,
did 2 in a row.
my last 2 build streams are plateless builds. And we'll settle keycaps later. I'll let you guys decide on keycaps as well. I need to test these stabilizers too.
You're much nicer to your chat and letting them decide things like that. I'm like, this is what this is, and I'm not changing it.
Sometimes I do that too. It's fine. It's just I don't know. Kind of more fun to me this way. And like worst comes to worst, I just desolder and rebuild it anyways. Like there's not even a plate, so the building and debuilding process are going to be quite quick.
Yeah.
Gatter on orange, I can't find much info on those, as you shouldn't. This was a pretty small run, I believe. It only happened once. These are done by Exclusive, and it's just a recolored Gatteron, all milky housing. It has this kind of special, I don't know, burnt orange-ish stem, and I think they're like 62 gram gold springs or something. Yeah, feels about right. These have been lubed already with GPL 105. By the feel of it. What's up?
Thought someone.
Did you? Nice. It's my favorite lube, man. I love me some 105. Linears? Yeah, they're all linears. Sorry, no tactile or clicky option yet. I was hoping to have some lubed lilacs done by this point, but I didn't actually have them done in time, sadly. So these are going to be the options. I was hoping to test out some tactiles in this, but that'll have to wait until a later date.
That's what I've got. I've got lubed and filmed lilacs.
Lubed and filmed lilacs. Yeah, that's what mine are going to be, but Ray has mine still. Looks like the orange Gatterons seem to be the choice here for everyone, so I guess that's what we're going with. These used to be in my HB85, which I no longer have, sadly.
Really?
Yeah, I missed that board though. That was a good one.
I am getting starts.
Well, you're cooler than me.
Isn't that a song?
That
It's like a pop song?
It could be, I suppose.
Pretty sure it is. I can't remember how it goes, but maybe someone in chat knows.
These switches, like, so the exclusive orange Gatterons are PCB mount, which is good because I need them obviously for a plateless build. But this is kind of interesting. Instead of just like sliding in and kind of just hugging the holes there, they almost snap in some of these spots. It's kind of weird. And it's making me question whether I want to use these switches without a plate or not. Some of them are loose and some of them like snap in. That's so weird.
Set. When were those made?
When were these made? This was, gosh, this had to be a few years ago. These are probably 2017. Well, we can still do this. It might just be a little dicier, but no big deal. Figure it out.
Lost Assassin 13. That is exactly what I was talking about.
What is weight? 67? I think these are 62, I think. They feel like 62 to me. I need some test. God, all of my keycap sets are like on other boards. Lion has a lot of caps to test though with this.
That song that I was talking about is by Mike Posner. That is.
Now we need a 7U spacebar. This is some jank stuff here.
I just looked over and I see a muted spacebar with lime mods.
Hey man, this is why my streams are casual, alright? Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Going for the like frozen yogurt look, yes. I know that was a GMK set, but
Froya.
I like Froya. It's like you can have whatever colors you want because, you know, you may get some lime ice cream with some cheesecake bites and then maybe a little bit of strawberries and then, you know, I don't know what's purple.
These stabilizers are feeling and sounding how I want them. So no more touching up there, thankfully.
Alright, so I have to do my obligatory I solder upside down because I'm left-handed.
Solder upside. Well, I'm left-handed too. Hold on. Let me see this technique.
I solder.
You have all your switches in already? Holy crap.
I just have the not all of them, just a couple. But I solder upside down so I don't run across any of the, you know, any of the stuff on the bottom of the PCB. In this case, these LEDs, or damage anything else. Especially, yeah, it just makes it easier. Just makes it easier.
Yeah, man. Whatever works. Professor X asking, do you Band-Aid mod stabilizers? I don't. I never really cared about that trend. It was not for me.
That kind of like lived and died in 2018.
Yeah, I called it, man. I think that if you're going for full, like, silence, like you're actually worried about, like, literally every decibel, it's worth doing the Band-Aid mod. But if you don't need a completely silent build, I would never ban the mod.
I think there was also a lot of people that thought it had other benefits other than just the silent.
I mean, doesn't really do much besides that. Makes the bottom out a little mushier.
Forces contact where there's not a lot of...
Yeah, exactly. So I actually have, at least I should, have more switches than I need here, so I'm kind of just cherry picking the ones that fit into the plate the best, or the PCB the best, rather. So that's kind of what my process is here. I'm going to actually get my switches in my assembly way faster than you, since you have a plate and I don't. So we might actually be on par here for time. But we'll see. Different build process, obviously.
Some cases just make the spacebar way too loud. I like the loud spacebar. Sign me up.
Do you like Holy Panda level spacebars?
Yeah. It sounds good.
Drives me nuts, man.
Much?
I can't do it. It's too much. Yeah, like on any build that I've used Holy Pandas on, I always swap out the spacebar for something else.
Really?
Yeah. On my original Holy Panda board, the spacebar actually has a lubed has lubed helio in it now, just for a little extra silence, because the plate's pretty loud being steel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had a Cherry MX Silent in it for the longest time, just a lube MX Silent.
Interesting.
On other similar builds, I've subbed things like T1s or Zealios V2. So I think they give a slightly similar feel without being as overbearingly loud.
It's funny because I feel like Chewy and I are both in the camp of like we embrace how loud it is.
I don't mind loud builds per se. I don't like when one key on the board is like monumentally louder than the rest. Like a little bit louder is fine, but like for me, Holy Panda spacebars are always way over the top.
Yeah. Yeah, you get to skip the whole like doing anchor switches process and just go straight in.
Yeah.
No plate.
Yeah, this should be a pretty painless build, just like the Type X was, thankfully.
Didn't you do that after the key quiz?
Yes. Yes, I did. That was a 3.5, dude.
Key quiz was fun.
I was so crossfaded during most of Key Quiz as well as my build stream. I don't even remember most of it. I remember cutting myself and bleeding and like going to get a band-aid during the stream. That's like one of the only things I remember happening. I skimmed through the VOD and it didn't go quite as badly as it could have.
Yeah, I mean, I tuned in for a little bit and then I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and go to bed because I was feeling pretty good. We had all indulged in some adult beverages that night.
This Switch doesn't even have one of its pins, and I have no idea why.
It's just like it's not bent; it's just gone.
It's actually gone. Yeah, yeah.
Hopefully, in.
Yeah, thankfully I should have way more than enough switches than I need, thankfully.
Maybe it was like one of those situations that you were desoldering and that one just wasn't cutting it and you're just like, I'm just gonna rip this bitch out.
Could be. It could be. Yeah, soldering this might be a little tricky at times, depending on some of these switches and their locations. Obviously the PCB pins aren't quite as tight over on the enter and, well, pretty much all the stabilized areas minus the spacebar, because they kind of support different options, so it's a little bit more Swiss cheesy around those spots. You don't get the true PCB mount holes in the PCB there, which is unfortunate but understandable. That might make soldering some of these switches around the edge a little questionable, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
My dog is like, I guess, dreaming right now, and he's making those like some weird noises,
like twitching and stuff. He's yeah. Like, whoop, 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 whoop. Does it look like he's having a good dream at least?
Yeah, he's not. It doesn't look like he. Most of the time, if he has like a bad dream, he'll wake himself up from it.
Yeah. All right, we're getting closer, boys and girls. Meows TL is asking, what's the benefits of having no plate? It's just a different experience. Just a preferential thing. Some people like plates, some people don't care as much. this entire build, the IDB60, is kind of designed around not having a plate. It's supposed to be a very kind of soft and flexible typing experience without a lot of rigidity. So that's kind of the primary goal here. But obviously, in other situations, you might want a plate. You might need a plate, which is why a lot of keyboards do have them.
Yeah, it's definitely a softer sound without this on. Especially when you compare it to something like what I'm building on a brass plate. There's nothing for those switches to ping on.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm not a fan of the plateless builds.
I'm still a little more new to it. This PCB is really interesting. You have to actually flip some of these switches. So this standard pipe slash switch, you actually have to flip, as well as the one right above the USB port rather. So that's kind of interesting.
Hmm.
Oh. Come on, PCB, work with me here.
Or that's because of like the microcontroller or something?
Yeah, I don't know. This is a center USB port, but I've never really seen a switch have to be flipped there to accommodate a center USB before. That usually doesn't happen on most builds.
The only time I've
curious.
seen that is if it needs to do that to make up to have maximum compatibility.
Yeah, I mean this spot offers no additional compatibility though, so I have like no idea why it's supposed to be like that. All right, I think I'm gonna do these 4 stabilized keys last. I'll solder those in one at a time. I might actually have to tape them just to get the proper orientation and tightness before I solder them. So this switch is just dead, has no pin, and these ones were a little too loose.
Yeah, the Bacca did only run with brass plate. I mean, it was a small, only 20 people, so it wasn't a whole lot of options. It was literally either gray or why am I blanking on the word? Uncoated.
Silver? Or yeah, unfinished.
Unfinished.
Yeah, that's what mine is.
That's what mine was as well. And then I got it Cerakoted in the OD green, which I really do enjoy.
It does look really good. No denying that.
Should pair well with olive, which is what we'll be putting on today. Just make sure I didn't bend any pins here.
Okay. Also, for anyone curious, I did test this PCB before the stream, and it was working, so looking good so far.
I tested mine and programmed it via. Via is great.
Via is great. Is the IDB60 in Via? I'm gonna guess it's not.
I don't know,
but I hope it either is or will be soon. I'm gonna opt for the stepped caps lock as well. Is the IDB60 plate mount? Yeah. So it's kind of like a, I don't know. I guess you could probably call it a sandwich mount, honestly. But it's kind of a sandwich mount with a PCB, and then over here I have O-rings that'll go both above and below the screw mount points. So that way it'll have a little bit more of a bouncy feel. It's kind of like a cheap take on a gasket mount, but this was meant to be a very affordable board.
It's a burger PCB sandwich.
I really hate the term burger mount, as well as bagel mount. I think those are silly terms. But, I mean, I guess they do supposedly get the point across. Alright. So there we go. I got all my switches in. All of them, I think, are clipped in, too. So I'm gonna double check here and make sure. Fix any that aren't fully clipped in. Then, other than that, we can get to soldering.
Is anyone designing plates with new and different materials? Got Palm.
Pretty
Project
often.
Keyboard.
The profit group I just ran, and it offered not only Palm, but not Palm, sorry, polypropylene, as well as polycarbonate and nylon. So that was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, you had, was it the Salamander that had the PBT plate?
Salamander had both PBT as well as PVC. I actually did build one of those on stream with the PBT plate, I think it was, which didn't really impress me very much. Or it might have been the PVC. I don't really remember. That was a while ago. I borrowed it from Teja Types before he was, the community's biggest streamer.
Or he was. But
he
was just feels
it
good
was
music.
Yeah. Feel G Hood music. All right. Well, everything looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and start soldering here. I'm actually gonna make sure all of my switch pins are through first. That's a good practice before soldering. And I also need my soldering mat, which I forgot to grab, so I will be back in just 1 or 2 seconds.
All right, chat. He's gone now. This is my stream. Come check out Mechs on Deck.
All right. Back in business. As a lot of you like to know, I don't like to solder on my nice desk mats anymore. So I've ruined way too many of them, so I kind of have just this cheap Amazon throwaway one that I solder on.
I have a Canon Keys, who's one of our sponsors, sent a desk mat for us to use that I solder on. The same boat. I don't like soldering on my mouse pad that I typically, or just on my desk, because then it gets flux everywhere.
Yeah, that's really what gets me. It's like you can clean off the flux, but it's still kind of obnoxious. The exact same with cheap Amazon one, Ross. Yeah, I bought like 2 or 3 of these a while back, years and years ago when I got into this hobby. Just for this purpose, I think they were like $15 or something.
I know a lot of people swear by the like actual solder mat things that have the little like sections.
I see a lot of people use those. I've never really tried one, but they seem efficient.
I haven't tried one either, but they do look nice.
Solder time, baby.
Delphin, thank you for the 250 bits. It is in fact solder time.
I have 69 viewers, so as all of you know, that's the proper amount of viewers to start soldering. So that's what we're going for here, guys. Is that a TS100? Yes, this is a TS100.
You and Jay are all about the TS100 life, right?
I don't like it, actually. No. It's all right. It's definitely not a bad product. I don't. It's not as good as some other soldering irons I've used.
Yeah.
And the really like immensely bulky brick cable is pretty off-putting as well for an otherwise like pretty slim and elegant product.
Yeah, it kind of defeats the purpose of it being so small.
Yeah, like most people have to. I keep it on the ground, but a lot of people just put the brick like on their lap when they're soldering, like off stream. It's like, man, you shouldn't have to do that. I don't know. I kind of miss my AOU 701A++ or whatever the heck it was. That soldering iron was a lot nicer in my experience, and it also had an integrated fume extractor, which was pretty banging.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to start soldering here. How far behind am I in this non-race?
I am soldering my second.
Okay, so I'm still a little behind. It's not a race, obviously. Unless it is. It's always a good feeling when your solder flows onto the pads like really, really well. You just like know it's going to be a nice build.
Yeah, when everything's wetting really nicely.
Yeah.
One thing about the TS100 is it heats up in like 0.5 seconds. Heats up real quick.
Yeah, pretty quick. I don't really care too much about like heat up times though. It's like SSD boot times. Like, what's the point in arguing between like 4 seconds and 8 seconds and shit like that? Like really, like it's not really a feature at that point because like the amount of value and time you're saving is pretty insignificant at best.
What's up, Geo? Baby Geo.
Yeah, young Geo.
Brian. Hi, young Geo.
Oh, I have young Geo too. I like that people are kind of watching both streams. That's fun.
Yeah, me too.
Elvin1111, great username by the way, is asking, "Are you a lefty?" I am a lefty, which I believe Osiris is as well. So
yeah, we're both lefties.
Yeah, left-handed streamers today.
I believe Nathan's left-handed as well.
I think he is. Yeah. It just goes to show you that all the best keyboard streamers are left-handed, you know? Being left-handed just kind of propels you into that better keyboard stream life.
Geo, your secret is safe with me. Baby Geo, not big Geo.
Oh, don't worry, Geo. Your secret is also safe with me. Even though I'm assuming you said the exact same thing to him. Young Geo trying to play the field here.
Yeah, he is. He said the same thing. You know that
his experience is letting him down.
I'm also looking at his chat, Young Geo.
He's been found out.
Busted.
You can't fool us, man. You can't fool us. Sorry, but Salvin's stream is the best stream. Is he streaming right now? I didn't know Salvin. I knew he started streaming recently, but I actually don't know what his channel is. Is it just Salvin?
I think it's Salvin CNC. He's come into our chat a couple. Good dude. Nice guy.
Really nice guy, yeah. Super awesome dude.
Doing some really cool things for the community.
Indeed.
All the boards he's building. I love that someone who is in the community is building stuff for the community.
Also, one thing that we can't forget, especially me because I'm so good at forgetting it, is we gotta raid someone after this too. Like, we have to raid the same person. That's what Chewy and I did.
I'm down.
I think we raided Plume, and at the time he had like 7 viewers, and we raided him, and he had like 150. It was really awesome.
Sure.
He was like really like stoked about it, genuinely. I like when people are like genuinely excited.
Raiding is one of my favorite functions on the Twitch platform.
It's a good one.
It's one of the things that really separates it from everything else, in my opinion. It allows like you to basically like say, hey, I like this person. I appreciate the content that they make. You should as well. Promotes growth.
All right, I'm done with 2 rows. Geo is making moves. Geo's always making moves. I don't know if I'd call that 4D chess, though.
You're definitely not 4D chess.
Merlin is probably starting in like an hour, I think. Might be too long. Nah, this stream probably has like roughly an hour left on it, I would guess. But we'll see. We'll see who's live. I see Disco Crocodile currently live, and he only has 15 viewers right now, so he could be a really good choice as well. He's a really cool dude.
Max F Live, thank you for the raid. Appreciate it, my dude.
Nice.
No fan while soldering. Listen. Taking risks out here. Gotta risk it for the biscuit.
You gotta risk it for the biscuit. I use the patented breathe in, solder, and then blow out method. So you're just blowing the fumes away from you. Which is, of course, not ideal still, but...
Thing is fume extractors are loud. And they would make everything awful. Just watching and listening.
Agreed. Use a silent fan? I don't have a silent fan, otherwise I probably would. Make sure you inhale all the fumes. Good for you? Okay. See, I didn't know that actually. I'll start doing that now, I think.
I use a fume extractor with a noise gate. That'd be sweet. I mean, I'm literally next to a window. Like right here is a window to go outside. Or not a window, but like a door. I can just open that up. All right.
Yeah, I have my window like right behind me, right over here. That's fully open, and I actually have a fan on that's circulating air. Yeah. So I'm not too worried about it.
I technically have two fans on. Yes, I do. Ceiling fan and a normal. I actually was looking at buying a fume extractor last week, but I did not pull the trigger because I wouldn't be able to get it until like June.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to spend like $60 on one of those things and then not have it for 2 months. Geo, yes, it is a Ninja Air 50.
That's your mouse, right? Actually, I haven't really looked at that yet.
Yeah, I just started using it again, and I'm enjoying it.
It looks like a similar body style to the Model D.
Yeah, except for it's ambidextrous instead of instead of a ergonomic. It's much larger than my old mouse, which I also still have plugged in right here. Dropping all over the place. It's larger old mouse. My old mouse is heavier by like 25 grams. So.
Yeah, the Air 58 is named that because it's 58 grams, right?
Supposedly, but I think it's actually more. I think it's like 63 or something like that, or 64. 58 grams is weighted without a cable.
Oh.
There's the guy, I don't know if you've ever seen him, the guy that always does the reviews of mice, Rocket Jump Ninja. I used to watch him pretty religiously whenever new mice would come out.
I definitely remember the username, or like the channel name.
He's a Quake player.
I respect that.
Probably one of the few people that are still playing Quake Champions.
That game's honestly not bad.
It's really not.
All right. In theory, I'm done soldering here.
You can't tell you how perfect that is. As I am as well.
Did you also?
Yeah, like literally as you said that, I was finishing. I think. I was gonna make sure I didn't miss.
I'm gonna do the rookie move and turn off my soldering iron. Hey, look, a switch fell out and I didn't even solder it. So yeah, that was the rookie move. Then I have to plug this back in and solder it. See, yes, I spoke too soon. Tried to move fast and I got punished for it.
we have a code for the Rukia. We do. It is !Rukia. I believe you can go there and you can use code MEX on deck.
Where's the Rukia running?
It's on Jack's website. It's called, Mint Autumn. Mintautumn.com. Run until May 3rd.
Oh, okay. Is that a new sponsor? That's kind of cool.
Yeah, he's we're doing our 24-hour stream and he's helping us out with some stuff for that. So we're helping promote that just for promote it for a little bit and then see what goes from there.
Yeah. Jack's a cool dude.
He is. He's an awesome dude. Really nice guy. I got to meet him at NorCal this past year.
All right.
Ironically, when he was hand delivering Rukias from round 1.
In theory, I'm good here, and I'm gonna go ahead and throw this together.
Oh, wow, you're skipping all the.
What? You want me to? Should I test it first? That's
I mean,
I gotta beat you, right? It's a race.
I mean, sure. Do you?
I'm gonna test this. I'm pretty confident it's gonna be okay though. This switch doesn't work, but I think this might just be unprogrammed. It's not actually acting as a function either. But often in this kind of layout, that key is either unprogrammed or it functions as some kind of function layer. So I'm going to assume that's the case here as well.
Alrighty.
I've been neglecting my chat so much, and I feel bad.
It's okay. They'll understand. Probably not. Why is the key map doing that? Back. I think I deafened myself.
I'm trying to put some screws in first.
I totally deafened myself for you. I'm sorry.
Did you?
Yeah, because I was testing it.
Oh, that's fine. I don't expect you to keep me unmuted. I wouldn't want to listen to myself either, honestly. Is the right size? That is not the right size.
Cool. I'm good.
You are so good.
Thank you.
I'm impressed.
And I programmed my board. Oh, wait. Why is this not?
Curious, like, how this is intended to be done. Do people put, like, the screws in first and, like, slide O-rings on them? Is that like a thing that can be done?
What?
Nothing. I'm just experimenting. Okay. I'm outthinking myself, is what's happening.
Sometimes.
Preload the screw, I think. Yes, that's what I've been thinking as well. I feel like preloading 8 screws is kind of difficult, though. It's gonna make it kind of weird to get the top on, I feel like. But I might be able to work it. We'll play around with it. That's what we're gonna do.
Got the winner and the loser from Keyboard Jeopardy. You know, you're not wrong.
I'm never gonna live that down.
Nope. It's okay though. Doing this, putting this in the most.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, doing things conveniently is not the keyboard way.
Like, I'm trying to put the plate in while holding it sideways. I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah, I'm about to have a whole lot of fun with these O-rings, apparently, because I have no idea how I get them all in without all 16 of them falling. This is gonna be interesting.
Just turn my soldering iron off.
Someone in chat's gonna tell me how stupid I am and tell me there's a way better way to do this, aren't they? Already plans for an IDB60 round 2? I'm not sure. The board is fairly popular though, so I wouldn't be surprised. That'd be a good question for Pingu, I believe is the designer.
Alrighty. Music stopped. Starter. What kind of music do you like to listen to while you build?
I usually have like the 24/7 like chill step playlist.
Yeah.
I just like mellow, like vibing kind of stuff most of the time. Sometimes I like to kind of turn it up if I'm like feeling the mood and some more like EDM type stuff. But
yeah, I feel like my personal taste for what I would listen to wouldn't go over well, so I listen to more of like chill stuff as well, which I do enjoy. It's not that I don't enjoy it, but I would listen typically to something that's a little bit heavier.
Okay, so the goal here, guys, I'm going to try to lower this on without disrupting any of these through holes. Okay, I think I got it. I'm just going to look through and make sure all the washers are still there. It's looking pretty good.
Getting there.
All right. Yeah, I think I got all those lined up. So now I'll have to, I guess this part will probably be just as hard, if not harder.
Just Bubba. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. What a great name.
Always. All right, so I think what I'm gonna kind of attempt to do here. So the inside of the top here, I'll show you guys what's going on. Doesn't actually have like really any kind of recessed area for the whatchamacallit, the little O-rings. So I can't like just put them in there and have them stay, because this goes around it and will just fall off. So I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna try to accurately place all of the O-rings on top of here, and then just try to do one more kind of lined up closure, I guess. Oh, what the heck? What am I doing? Okay, check out how stupid I am, chat. I have a win keyless board, and I soldered in 2 keys for the win keys.
Sometimes it'd be like that, man. I've done that before.
I wonder if anyone in chat actually like caught me doing that, said something and I just didn't read it, or if chat was also oblivious to it. I don't know why. Thankfully, I have a fancy desoldering gun plugged in, so I'm just going to warm that up and pop those switches out. Hopefully without messing up these O-rings. Please
I love how my camera freaks out about brass. Like it starts hunting for focus.
Oh yeah.
So I gotta like cover it up.
Are you fully done?
I'm putting keycaps on, my dude.
Of course you are.
I mean, I could slow down.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Remember, if you win, it's not a race.
True.
All right. Pardon the noise. This won't last long.
He didn't add extra space. I did that.
I did indeed add extra switches. I forgot that my top was win keyless, honestly.
Not a fart. Soldering. But it
Just
does
a
sound pretty
desoldering.
close.
Yeah. I guess I don't actually have to worry about what this switch does anymore, since I won't even have a switch in there.
True.
All right, those are desoldered now. Go ahead and give this a go again. I got it. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of adjusting here. Something got a little jostled.
Chat, we are putting GMK olive on this.
That's gonna look so good.
I'm excited.
Okay. Wait. 7. Am I missing one of these? I think they only included the exact amount you need, so this is going to be really unfortunate if I lost one of these. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where's my 8?
Freaking camera keeps freaking out. Keys.
My phone. Need light. Do a quick floor check.
Oh man, I just want GMK anything? It's a set I haven't heard of.
Is that a new set coming out?
I don't think so. I think he was just saying he wants any GMK set he can get his hands on.
Oh. There are a lot of them that go for pretty low prices these days.
Yeah, it's definitely like getting much easier to get like aftermarket GMK sets. And they're not
Okay.
as crazy priced, which is nice.
Oh, ha! I bet chat probably didn't even see that too. It's literally sitting in between 2 switches. That's hilarious. All right.
Yeah, the pink Geo is hard to do. The pink in 8008, it's hard to capture well. Catches light weird. It's
I
funny
wonder if
because
am I supposed to use standoffs on the top here? Now that I think about it, like there's not really enough space for the top to accommodate it. I'm not sure that would even work. I don't think it'll smash it down enough. Huh. I think I'm actually gonna forego these top ones because there's not any space recessed in the top for it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's the intended approach. Someone in chat help me. Someone that has built an IDB60 or has seen one built before. Am I supposed to use all of these washers? These O-rings? I guess I can give it a try. Worst case scenario, I just take them off.
Yeah, Gio, this fits so well. It matches so well, olive with this case. The Cerakote guy did a great job.
Only for the bottom, 8 are spare. Okay, thank you for telling me that. Then I won't go through the trouble of attempting this. So it would have been hilarious if I would have put all 8 of these on top and then attempted to like put the top on and then not have room to actually close it. And I would have just wasted everyone's time as usual. That's good to know that 8 are spare then.
You know what other set would also look great on this board? Infinicky Grain, which I believe you can get from Top Clack's affiliate link.
We don't have an affiliate link with TKC actually.
Oh, you don't? Oh, I thought y'all were. Aren't y'all sponsored by them?
Yeah, but we don't have an affiliate link with them. They sponsor us, but it's not an affiliate link kind of partnership. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure all these are lined up one more time, and then we're gonna screw this bad boy together and hopefully find some caps to put on it. I'm gonna warn you right now, I have nothing that matches these switches.
Chewy's testing things.
Testing things?
I think he just wrote something. Oops, wrong account. He's logged into the Max on Deck account when I think he meant to be on his personal one. Listen, I noticed the Y and T being out of place instantly. Hey, Mr. Chewart Little. This is my Bacca60. It looks great. It's an OD green.
There are not many like it, but this one is mine.
There's only 20 of these. This is number 9. This is the only one in this color currently. Someone could color theirs like this as well. It fits perfectly with olive and looks great. With an MRE. Sick.
MRE. For the first couple screws here, I'm just going to kind of take this one corner at a time. So I just have a little bit of pressure so I can screw in the rest of them.
Looks like a board you would find on the desk of a military nerd. No? My dad was in the army. Alright. Go into... Sorry for the shakes that are about to happen. Some manuals.
Stop freaking. Call beacon.
All right, chat. You want to hear this thing? this thing.
Wait, hold on. Let me pause my music so I can hear it too. Wait, can you mute me so I can't hear myself on the stream too?
Yes, I can.
Cool.
Meeting you now. What is the spring weight on these? It's just the stock springs. I think they're 6. So this is Bacca60 with lubed and filmed lilac switches.
So, how do you feel about it?
The spacebar, the left side of the spacebar has rattle. But it does sound good other than that. I shouldn't be muted. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're not muted for me.
Oh, okay. And I'm not muted on stream either. Yeah,
You're not muted on my stream either.
Bar has a rattle. Let's see if I can.
I was getting a lot of resistance when I tried to screw this in, so I'm just double checking. Make sure the O-ring is placed well enough. Honestly, looks fine. Oh, I think the hole wasn't completely tapped all the way through, which is why you have some material on the end of that. That's probably what happened. I'm gonna have to work that one in gently, probably.
What did you think of the way the board sounded?
I mean, I only heard it, on the stream, so I thought it sounded fine. It sounded expected.
It sounded like Duroc.
It sounded, yeah, like it sounds like Duroc tactiles on a sandwich mount brass plate. Certainly not bad.
It's there.
It's just there. All right. We're gonna take an approach that I don't entirely recommend, but we're gonna try to stretch this hole out because I don't think it was quite tapped well enough. I should have done this. I should have checked all the holes on the top of the case before I started screwing this in. This is a problem I had on my Leaf 60 as well, but I managed to rectify that quite easily. Here, I'm just kind of slowly tightening and untightening the screws. I'm just trying to widen the material just enough to where I can get the screw in all the way. Phrasing? Yeah, phrasing. You guys know what I mean. So every time I do this, I'm able to tighten it just a little bit more. Takes a few tries, quite a few minutes, but should be good. It's not an issue with the actual O-ring or anything. I'm getting closer.
My thoughts on these switches, Chris Clacks, is these switches, they feel good. They don't feel amazing. They don't feel great. But they feel good. They don't sound incredibly amazing. They definitely feel much better with films. I'd recommend getting films if you're looking to get T1s or Mauves or Lilacs or any Duroc switch. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the T1 Lilac, Duroc, JWK?
I think they're fine. I think they're good. I don't think they're amazing. I think in terms of feel, I'd prefer to use a Zeal V2, but obviously that's more expensive. I think the T1s and Lilacs and just the JWK tactiles in general benefit a lot from both lube and films. And I think that you can get them close to like Zeal V2 level with a proper lube job and some films, and they're definitely good enough. I have them in my Brutal 60, and I like that board quite a bit.
Yeah, they definitely need the films to make them not sound like almost clicky.
Yeah, I completely agree on that. All right, this is a slow and arduous process, but I swear we are making progress. I'm almost to where I want it. Sometimes you just gotta stretch it out a little bit. You know what I'm saying, right, 0siris?
Sure. I'm done. I fixed my spacebar.
All right. I'll probably work on this a little bit more later, actually, but that'll be good enough for now. I have no idea what caps I want to put on this. I'll save the bump-ons for later as well. But we just have to decide on some keycaps, throw those on, and then I am good to go. Obviously, don't feel the need to wait around for me if you want or need to go.
The only thing that I'm doing after this is eating some food and probably
playing some games with me.
Playing some games with you. Let's be real.
Sometimes we live the good life, you know? Sometimes we live the good life. All right. Caps. What do you guys think? What are my options here? I'm going to have to take something off another board, so just the way things go. Maybe I'll do a little straw poll.
I'm going to show this. The different lighting on this one. This was not anodized. This was raw. Officially. One thing about this really show the fingerprints. Really holds on to that.
Could go GMK muted, GMK white on black. I have GMK DMG, GMK 8008, GMK lime.
Potter.
Could go GMK Honeywell, GMK Space Cadet. Oh nope, never mind. You guys are gonna hate this, but I'm making the decision anyways. We're gonna go GMK Cyan because that's the one GMK set I don't already have on a board. And I don't feel like taking a set off a board right now, so this is gonna be my choice, and you guys are gonna have to sit there and bear it. Because I know I'm like the only person in the community that likes GMK Cyan.
I feel like I can get the spacebar even. I just feel like you really need to just like With your spacebar stabs, it just gets so.
Sort of. I feel like no matter how you tune a spacebar, there's gonna come a point in time where it's not that good anymore.
Yeah, it's like good for like a month and a half.
It's just like the way it is, yeah.
205 definitely has a better shelf life.
Yeah, compared to something like dielectric grease. Or like
Dielectric grease
which
gunks up.
Yeah.
So both of those gunk up real hard and get like almost crusty.
Yeah. Well, the like super lube, which I used to use a lot, and I still do like. It's incredibly cost effective. But it has like the PTF powder, so like as it starts to kind of deteriorate, it just leaves like that behind, and it's just like not as good on sailors. You want something that just like stays wet. All right.
Wow.
Cyan.
Awesome.
Cyan on a silver board. I like it.
Thank you for the follow, Lost.
Oh my god, look at the flex already. This is going to be quite interesting.
It's gonna be a flexy boy.
Indeed.
All right, I'm gonna take it off this mat. This mat.
Oh yeah?
I'm an avid. I don't. For like normal day to day, I'm.
That's fair. That is fair.
Artistic qualities of them and the aesthetic aspect of it. I'm more of a. I enjoy my mouse pads.
Yeah. If I had like a nicer desk, I probably wouldn't use the desk mat. Like I have like a fairly nice wood desk, but it's pretty old and beaten up.
Yeah.
I kind of like the whole situation you have going on over there. I think it looks pretty good.
The marble, the fake marble.
It looks good on stream though, like it really does, and it makes the board pop.
Yeah, I like the fact that it's like white. I've always liked marble. Like I have like D brand skins for my phone and for my laptop in marble.
That's funny.
All right, I'm gonna show a little bit, so I'm gonna mute myself so you don't have to listen to me show.
All right, sounds good.
All right, chat. We're showing a little bit. The board's done. It looks fantastic. It looks
gonna be a
absolutely
flexy
great.
boy.
Ryan. So, turn this back on to. Aren't all Duroc linears just recolored? I think there are some differences between them, but that's something you'll have to ask the vendor for that specific switch. I don't know exactly off the top of my head if they're all the same. Some of them do have different materials, so I do know that, especially some of the ones that they're working on now. So, but these are the lilac tactiles, which are similar to a T1. They are of opaque housing. I can't pull one of the switches off, but they look good. They feel good. They don't sound incredible. They do sound good. I would say that they sound decent. Good is probably a stretch, but decent on the sound. If you're looking for something that's kind of in between a Zeal V1 and a Zeal V2, this is the switch that I would probably recommend to you. You maybe want something that's like a little bit lighter on the tactility. So this is a great option for that. I do want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. You can head on over to switchmod.net/mechsondeck to get 4% off any in-stock items. as well as a GMK Frostwitch. That set is running all month long. And then, of course, we've got Zap cables. They make the best cables in the business, so check them out at zapcables.com. And then we've got Dixie Mech. You can head on over to mechsondec.dixiemech.com. Pick yourself up a set of GMK Nautilus 2. Set running all month long, so definitely check that out. And then, of course, Project Keyboard, mechsondec.project.link. It is your number one shop to pick up a set that's coming out next month. That'd be GMK Masterpiece. They also have 205 Grade 0. I think they're out of stock right now, but they are planning on restocking that, I'm sure. As well as extras for GMK Bingsu. You can pick those up and get in on it as that set's coming out here in the next couple months. And then Canon Keys, canonkeys.com/mechsondeck. Pick up GMK Noel, as well as stay tuned to other stuff. They run boards, they run switches. That's where I was able to pick up the lilacs and the mauves that I've used in both the boards that are on my desk currently. And then last but not least, we have Type Beast. You can go to typebia.st, sign up for their newsletter. Got tons of stuff going on over there. You want to check it out, follow them on Instagram, and just kind of get involved, stay tuned with what they are working on. Again, show off both these boards. Both these boards have Duroc switches in them. For whatever reason, the camera still wants to freak out. But hey, it'd be like that sometimes. So we have my Bower. It's got mauves in it. And this has the lilacs. Oh. I do really like the lighter tactility of these. It does feel nice. I'm not as worried about the sound, honestly. I did fix the spacebar, so... significantly less rattle. So, a lot less rattle there. Again, this board looks fantastic. This match is just oof. This is probably going to take the place of the Bower on my board, at least for the next couple weeks. Do love the fact that this has the left side USB. Which is fantastic compatibility just for when you're doing stuff. Also, I play video games with my keyboard like this, so it makes it a lot easier for me to not just completely just jack up the USB if it's on the right side, and then I just slam the USB and set. Because I have a broken cable and or keyboard, so yeah. Again, this is the Bacca60 by my partner in crime, Chewart Little, aka Chewy. Be on the lookout. Could be coming soon. Who knows? They're still trying to decide what they want to do with it, if they want to run it. Hopefully he will. Not sure. And then, of course, tomorrow night we do have Mr. Tyler Durdens from CYO Caps coming on to talk about different things. We're going to talk about artisans. We're going to talk about keyboards. We're going to talk about key sets. I'm sure we're going to talk about a little bit of everything. Should be a good time. He was part of the Quarantined on Deck that happened a couple weeks ago. He did a lot of the work for that. So big shout outs to him. But like I said, we will be with him. We're going to be giving away some artisans as well. So you'll want to stay tuned to that. Tomorrow we'll be streaming again here about 22 hours from now. So that'll be 8 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Pacific, or 9 p.m. Eastern. I don't think times really matter anymore because it's the quarantine times, and timings just are no longer there. Let's check in on our boy, Mr. Brian. See what he's got going on.
I'm a rebel like that, you know.
Why are you rebel?
So I have 8 backup O-rings here. It's very nice. I usually use desk mats, and I like to move my boards around a lot, so I don't always use bump-ons. So
How you doing? Oh, that made me smile. Ooh, I'm taking the bower off of my desk. First time since it's been built.
you guys ready for this? This is what you guys sat down for. This is what you've been sitting here watching me build. Hopefully this isn't too awful.
May it rest well. Yeah, dude. The sound difference between watching on stream versus watching or listening in Discord is significant.
That's not bad, guys. That's pretty decent. Do a quick rundown of some of these. The backspace. People guessing my words per minute, and I wasn't even doing an actual typing test.
Dude, the playlist sounds good. The playlist does sound good. I don't know if you can subtly hear me listening to it in the background, but playlists, you have no ping.
There's a slight emptiness to everything, probably due to the lack of plate, but it's kind of a different, unique sound on its own. And I really do like it. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a quick flex test as well. It's a lot of back on. All right, so check this out, guys.
Oh, sounded good.
Yeah, it's not too bad, right?
It's one of those things. It's like exactly what you said. Plateless builds always sound deep, but somewhat hollow.
This is gonna be so hard to like actually portray. Like, I don't know how I can actually show you the amount of flex it has on it. Try to find a spot. It's so hard to show this on camera. But like, but you can kind of see that. Like, I can actually just press the whole PCB in.
It's a lot of flex. It's a lot of flex.
What's interesting is this is actually the I believe this is the production PCB, which is 1.6 millimeter. The protos had 1.2 millimeter, which were like even way more insane than this. And when Jay brought his to Seattle meetup, I was just in awe at like how flexy it was. But like, you could just like put like wherever you press, it just like sync. I'm a little bummed that this PCB doesn't flex as much as the 1.2. Oh, look at that. There's a good shot of it.
Oh yeah.
That's the PCB just collapsing in. And it happens pretty consistently too. That's what's nice about this PCB. Pretty much regardless of where you press down on it, you get that flex. Looks like I'm going to have to resolder 1 or 2 switches. The orientation is a little off. You can tell there's a lot of space between the caps lock and A there. So this switch is tilted just a little bit to the right. So I'm gonna have to fix that.
That's the sucky thing about playlists.
That is one of the suckier things about playlists. Yeah. Looks like either my W or my E. My E, I think, is tilted just slightly to the right as well. But other than that, the rest of them seem to turn out totally fine. So yeah, not too bad. I'll do that off stream, so you guys don't have to bear with me taking this shit apart again. But yeah, that was pretty fun. That was a nice build.
Yeah, it looks good. Cyan was a good choice. We both built Windkeyless 60s.
We did.
Mine's like the like tactile brass plate. It's all about being like punchy and loud, and yours is the.
Mine is a little bit more refined, a little elegant. Very simple build. I think the IDB60 was only like $150 for this. That's including the PCB, of course. So pretty good value. Can't complain.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to leave this call now and say goodbye to my chat. So I'm assuming you're probably going to do the same.
Yeah, let's. Who are we gonna host?
Oh yeah,
who
yeah.
Are we gonna raid?
Good call. Who's online right now?
So we've got Mac Merlin doing porting with ports.
Mac Merlin and Disco Crocodile. Nathan's online, but he's playing Valorant, and let's be honest, he won't benefit from the raid nearly as much as someone else might.
Yeah, I don't think he. I think he'll be okay.
My vote is for Disco Crocodile because together we could get him like 100 viewers, and he only has 12 right now.
Disco Crocodile, I'm down.
Raid channel. Disco Crocodile. So we're gonna go raid Disco Crocodile. We're gonna say wholesome things to him because that's what we do when we raid channels. Tell him how nice he looks today and how awesome he is at lubing switches or whatever the heck he's doing right now.
He's lubing and filming some 10-year-old Cherry MX Reds.
What? Okay, I'm actually gonna go watch that too. So I will see you guys over there. Oh crap! I have to get some game codes. Hold on. I'm gonna dump a few game codes in chat, guys. Then I'll run one through a Nightbot giveaway.
All right, I'm gonna head out.
You can head out. Yeah, you can head out without me.
And I'm gonna do this. But
I'm gonna raid
you in
Disco
a little bit. I'm raiding Disco as well.
Okay.
Cool. All right. I'll see you in a bit. All right, chat. So we're raiding Disco Crocodile. I just want to say I appreciate everyone coming, hanging out, all the follows, all the subs, the raids, the biddies, everything, all the support. Again, like I said, we will be live again tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time. A little bit less than 22 hours from now. It's going to be a good time. We're going to be hanging out with Mr. Tyler Durdens from CYO Caps. Talking about artisans, everything involved with that, as well as just keyboards in general. Should be a good time. So come hang out with us tomorrow. Come join us on Discord and check us out on YouTube. We have like thousands of hours of content over on YouTube where you can check out all of our previous VODs, interviews, the talk show that we do on Mondays, as well as all of the previous builds we've done, as well as some additional content that we have over just on YouTube that is not for Twitch. So come hang out with us in Discord, check us out on YouTube, and come see us tomorrow. Again, I am rating Mr. Disco Crocodile. Looks like he was doing some interesting thing with some really old Cherry MX switches. You know, people aren't ranting and raving about vintage Reds, but hey, could be worth it. Check him out. Looks like he's filming them and lubing them. But with that being said, thank you, and I will see you tomorrow.